Hey everybody, Rosematter here. Welcome to part 3 of my Higurashi When They Cry Let's Play. So the last episode pretty much maintained that peaceful, happy-go-lucky mood, but there have been some hints about something darker lying underneath the surface of Hinamizawa, so I'm still kind of on the edge of my seat waiting for the craziness to start popping off, but we're going to continue on with the story and see where it takes us next. Upon arriving home, I ran straight into my mom, embarrassing myself yet again. The mood I'd come home to was already on edge. It's not an uncommon thing in our family. Okay, so already maybe we're going to be getting into something a little bit maybe more not quite so happy here, something about some tension in the family. Whenever Dad can't come up with a good idea, it always ends up like this. He stomps around the house with his arms crossed. Mom whispered into my ear.
おかえり、ケイチ。お父さん大変そうだからそっとしてあげてね。
またアイデアに詰まったわけ？
今回は締め切りが重なったからね。お父さん充電期間がないと大変だから。
Dad's paintings feed our entire family. If he runs out of ideas, then it's the end of the Maibaras. We've never gone hungry before. Could it be that my dad is a master painter?
家の中をうろうろしないで、表に散歩でも行った方がアイデアが出るんじゃねえの？
今回は生活空間がテーマだから、お父さんこの家をモチーフにしたいみたい。
That's quite a bothersome motive.
ケイチ、部屋の中を少しは片付けなさい。みっともないぞ。
ごめん。後で片付けるよ。
Oh, come on. Please don't use my room as the motif.
ケイチ、お夕飯までまだ時間があるから、表でも散歩してらっしゃい。
Dad's moods are only temporary. As soon as he gets an idea, his mood improves and he starts humming. Until then, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go take a walk so I don't aggravate him further. Will it be not a bad idea to take a walk? I feel like anytime I go out there, something bad might happen.
じゃあそうするかな。
I said I was going to take a walk, but I didn't have any particular destination in mind. I just needed to kill some time. I got on my bike and pondered where to go. I could just go read at the bookstore, but it would take about an hour by bike to get to town. It would be dark by the time I got back, so I didn't want to go unless I had to. The roads at night here in Hinamizawa creep me out. Oh, fantastic. Great. If Mion or Sadako ever found out about that. And I know I was pronouncing Mion's, and now I'm even starting to doubt myself. Mion really gave me some trouble. Like, I know I was kind of bouncing back between a couple of different pronunciations, so I have to remember it's O. Mion. I smiled wryly. Oh yeah. Rena was probably still at the Mountain of Treasure, the damn construction site. Oh my god, no dude, stay away from there. Stay away from Rena, I have a bad feeling about her. The excavation of Colonel Randy was probably taking her a while. Maybe Colonel Randy is possessed, I don't know. It wouldn't be so bad to have her owe me one. Maybe he will be the catalyst for all of the horrible things that will happen. He will slowly take over everybody's sanity.
次の部活の時に恩返ししてもらえるかもしれないしな。
With a little bit of self-interest in my mind, I set off towards the damn construction site. And that's another, I'm pretty sure I was pronouncing his name incorrectly as well, Tomitake-san. Let me know if I am mispronouncing that and I'll try and correct that. The only person with information about the incident that both Rena and Mion denied knowing anything about. If I met him again, I'd like to ask for more details. To ask, was there really a dismemberment here in Hinamizawa? That was my real intention. I spotted Rena struggling up on the slope of the garbage pile. It looked like Colonel Randy was lodged in there pretty firmly. It didn't look like Rena would be able to excavate him by herself. Realizing that Tomitake-san wasn't around, I began climbing down the slope unsteadily.
よーレナ、精が出ますな。
And there's all this
圭一君
nice music, and I'm just like, when is it gonna go bad? And oh, I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. The nicer it is beforehand, the more trouble I have processing it when it doesn't become nice anymore.
どうしたのこんなところへ
A place like this, huh? I see. She was aware of it at least.
事故発生の緊急通報を受け参上しました。負傷者はどこでありますか？
事故って
ランディ君人形がゴミ山に生き埋めになっているとの通報でしたが。
なんだびっくりした圭一君脅かさないでよ
冗談だよ。レナが一人で困ってるだろうなって思ってさ。
レナのために
Well, I filled my quota for today. If I don't see Rena blush at least once a day, then I'm not getting my daily required nutritional intake.
冗談だよ。こっちまで恥ずかしくなるだろう。
Dude, you gotta stop playing with her feelings like that, man. She's gonna kill you.
冗談ってどこからだろう
I just ignored her bewilderment.
ほれ、どいた。で、どこだよ、ランディ君は。
あ、ごめんほらこの隙間から見える
I'm glad I actually get to see Colonel Randy. I'm very curious of what this thing looks like.
本当に生き埋めだな。
At least I hope I do. The Colonel Randy was sideways, surrounded by boards and other construction materials, like they were caging him inside. I would be very iffy. I mean, I wouldn't go looking through garbage anyway, but I'm just like, there could be all sorts of just like rusty nails, things like that. Could give you like hepatitis. Just like, I would not be messing with that stuff. According to Rena, it wasn't like this yesterday. It seems as though another illegal dumper came yesterday, dumped again, and now he's buried like this.
この山を一人でどけるつもりだったのか？その細い腕で。
There's no way she would be able to do that with her slender arms. でもランディ君人形かいいだもん。お店のランディ君には鎖がついてるけど、これならお持ち帰りできる。
If Rena gave up on this Colonel Randy, she would probably start devising a plan to steal the one in front of the store. As Rena's guardian, I won't allow her to sully her hands with crime.
どいてろよ。俺がやる。
Rena blushed again, but this time I left it alone. The pile was enormous. Also, the more days we wasted, the more likely another illegal dumping would occur. If it got buried any deeper, there would be nothing that could be done.
ケイチ君、レナも手伝えるよ。手伝わせて。
帰って邪魔になるから下がってろって。よいしょー。
Pulling out scraps, bending them, tossing them aside, I quickly became covered in sweat and dust. Flying objects drew beautiful arcs across the twilight sky, one after another. Lumber, timber, plywood. Damn it! No matter how much I threw out, there was still more. Even though I could see Colonel Randy right there. After grandstanding like that in front of Rena, I felt frantic because of how little I'd progressed.
本気でやるなら、オノとかノコギリとかがいるかもしれねえな。
もういいよ、ケイチ君。すごい汗だよ。そんな無理しなくてもいいよ。
レナのためにやってるだけだ。気にするな。
Aw, their relationship is... I don't quite know how to, I mean, obviously we know she likes him, but, like, how does he feel about her? He kind of picks on her, but he seems to have a lot of affection for her, too. I don't know if it's, like, he just feels like it's kind of like a little sister-protector kind of relationship, and she's reading a little bit too much into it. Rena began sputtering and turned beet red, except he also kind of seems to know that she likes him, and she kind of teases her about it. Whoops, I meant to say I was trying my best so as to keep her from becoming a criminal. Oh well.
さすがに休憩。こいつは手強いぜ。
I sprawled on my back over the grassy slope.
ごめんね。 すごい汗だく。
Rena patted her handkerchief against my forehead. It felt pretty nice.
あのさ、ちょっとここで休んでてね。私、家近いから。麦茶とか持ってきてあげるね。
Leaving the handkerchief on my forehead, Rena took off running. The cries of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. After I was certain that Rena was gone, I picked myself up and headed towards what I discovered earlier. That was the garbage pile of magazines and newspapers bound up in twine. Oh, music stop! What's going on here? Unless I'm mistaken. I believe it was around here. There it was. They were bound stacks of not-so-reputable tabloids. They were stacked chronologically, going back quite a few years. Oh, here we go. There's a quick turnaround. It was quite a disturbing incident. They still haven't found one of the arms. If it was just as Tomitake-san said, then undoubtedly there would be mention of the murder. These are troubled times. There is no end to these sickening incidents. There's a large part of society drawn in by these incidents as well. So it had to be recorded. Somewhere. I unfastened the packages and opened the rain-soaked pages carefully, looking over the table of contents. Not here. Next one. Not here. Next one. It was hard to search since I didn't know when it happened. I didn't know who the perpetrator or the victim was either. I only knew it had happened here. I looked up every so often, checking to see if Rena had come back or not. I wouldn't want her to see me gawking at a dirty magazine, but it wasn't just that. Both Rena and Mion said they didn't know. But it happened, without a doubt. As long as Tomitake-san wasn't lying. Then, if both Rena and Mion... Oh, yeah, there was. If they had just said that, then I wouldn't have gotten so hung up on it. An incident that neither Rena nor Mion wished to talk about. Trying to uncover it after they tried to conceal it out of good intentions. Is it, though? Is it really good intentions? That made me feel like I was acting against my friends. Whoa. Whoa. Don't like that! Hinamizawa dam worker lynching, murder by dismemberment. Here it is. Oh, it's when it goes like all like kind of black and white like that. It's almost like a little bit of a jump scare, which I know it's not, but I'm such a weenie. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous for where this game is gonna go. The featured article was in the back, and it seemed that there was a photograph in the colored pages at the front. The pages of the featured article were stuck together and weren't easy to open. Oh, I hope there's not going to be any, like, really brutal pictures. Rena could return at any moment. Feeling rushed, I gave up and opened the photograph page. Uh-oh. The police investigators were carrying a body bag, and newspapers reporters were all bathing it in camera flashes. The image was blurry and hard to understand, but I could definitely make out the headlines. A tragic nightmare at the Hinamizawa construction site, lynching and murder dismemberment. The victim was the site foreman. He had assaulted his assailants daily with an explosive backlash from his daily actions. It's a horrible image to see the site foreman as it happened. It really did happen. It seemed the details were on the next page. I turned the page without pausing. Oh, on it was... The assailants butchered the victim's body with then used an axe to split the cadaver into 6 pieces, the head, arms, legs, and torso. It went so quickly I wasn't able to read the first part. I could understand just from the headline that it was just too terrible an incident. Normally a lynching is just assault and murder, right? Dismemberment with hatches and pickaxes? Oh boy, I'm a little afraid that this is going to be, foreshadowing. That wasn't a lynching. It was a merciless killing to the letter, a brutal murder. Done by a group of people, with hatchets, with pickaxes, with a hatchet. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, Jesus. More foreshadowing for what I'm in for later. Rena dropped the hatchet she was holding onto the grass after being startled by my voice. I mean, I did say foreshadowing, but I didn't mean like this. I was thinking something a little bit more nefarious later on. But no, we know Rena has a hatchet. And I know that's not a super weird thing for someone to have, especially out in the country, but still. Rena fluttered her arms in a panic, continuing to explain and apologize. It seemed I'd been glaring at her pretty intensely.
ごめん。ちょっとオーバーに驚きすぎたかな。
こっちこそごめんね。ごめんね。
It doesn't help that I have headphones in, so I'm just like, anytime that there's like kind of a loud noise like that, I really hear it. Night was drawing close. I was pretty worn out, and it wouldn't hurt to do the rest tomorrow.
最後の針はそのナタじゃないと壊せそうにない。
I'm just gonna take that hatchet and keep that away from you, Rena,
せっか
just
く持ってきてくれたん
to
だ
be
し。
on the safe
明
side.
日借りるよ。な。何しょんぼりしてるんだよ。明日にはランディ君が掘り出せるんだぜ。
そうだよね。早くランディ君をお持ち帰りしたい。
We both knew it was useless to apologize any more than that. I quenched my thirst with the barley tea Rena brought and wiped off the sweat that had now gone cold. We took the path to head home. I felt quite guilty about the tabloid wrapped up in my jacket. Okay, I wonder if we're going to be getting a tip about this. Yeah, all right, there we go. October 1975. In accordance with the Prime Minister's bulletin number, Hinamizawa's electrical development master plan was announced. The vast scope of the projected Hinamizawa Dam was to have an incredibly heavy impact on the village of Hinamizawa. The area to be flooded by the Hinamizawa Dam would include the 5 areas of Hinamizawa, Takatsudo, Kyotsu, Matsumoto, and Yagoshi? The submerged area would include 291 houses, population 1,251, 1 elementary school, 1 middle school, 1 post office, 1 agricultural cooperative, 1 forestry department lumberyard, 5 shrines, 2 temples, and 1 fishery. All of these communal, cultural, agricultural areas and places of worship were to be indefinitely submerged at the bottom of the artificial lake basin. Geez, I can see why people were like fighting against it. Forsaking the hundreds of years our ancestors poured their blood and sweat into this fertile, resource-rich land was just too painful to bear. All the residents having homes that were to be submerged banded together and created the Onikakushi Defense Alliance. The dam project was halted and petitions to alter the plan were circulated. The citizens sought peaceful negotiations, but the government and its puppet company openly refused. Performing unspeakable, heinous acts, they quashed the democratic actions of the villagers. But the villagers did not falter. Instead, they banded together even more closely and steeled their resolve to protect their homes to the death. The continuation of that frightening Hinamizawa Dam project, construction project is still stalled as of today. The villagers understand that the stalling was caused by sublime power through unity, and they understand that this fearsome plan has not yet been fully withdrawn. The Onikakushi Defense Alliance had been dissolved after it did its part, but the feelings of unity it garnered has not yet been extinguished. As long as that passion resides in the hearts of the residents, they'll be able to confront whomever decides next to sink their homes into a lake basin. Onikakushi Defense Alliance Community Chairman Kichiru Kimiyoshi. Oh my gosh, they're throwing a lot of Japanese words at me here. Whew. I'm a little nervous about this one. Please, no jump scares. Oh boy. Nightmare befalls the Hinamizawa Dam. Lynching and murder dismemberment. On X day of X month in X prefecture at the Hinamizawa Dam construction work site in Shishibone City, a bone-chillingly gruesome murder dismemberment. This music sounds straight out of like Silent Hill. I don't like it. Even though this case has shocked the archipelago, the police will give no details on the case. Exactly what happened at the Hinamizawa Dam? They probably didn't mean to kill him at first, but as the victim resisted by swinging around a shovel, the rest of the perpetrators armed themselves in return, and it quickly escalated to homicide. So said the aforementioned Investigator A. After this bloody tragedy was over, they were left with a body which nobody could have mistaken as alive. XX-san had tormented the suspects daily with his rough behavior. At first it was meant to be payback. All the perpetrators were horrified by their deed, and one even turned himself into the police. It was the de facto leader of this group, XX, who suggested hiding the body. Reluctantly at first, they soon began to think they did not wish to be caught. The construction site had numerous places to hide the body with 6 people. They were originally supposed to hide the body and leave the area, but the de facto leader feared the consciousness of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear the burden, and came up with a horrifying method to keep them from turning him into the police. Oh boy. He devised the heinous method of splitting up the body among them and making each of them responsible for hiding a piece. Oh, there's a whole thing about how they still haven't found one of the arms. Wonder who that is. XX had turned a simple manslaughter into a gruesome dismemberment and forcibly involved each perpetrator in order to create a sense of unity between them. Each one participated. But what does this mean? Person A spoke out reluctantly. Ooh, there's that music. Oh my gosh, I'm so on edge right now. XX had ordered each and every one of them to dissect a piece for themselves. They were hesitant at first, but nobody refused. In for a penny, in for a pound was what it meant. Thus, an unimaginable bloody ceremony began. The perpetrators wept and vomited as they performed the gruesome task. There was one person who stubbornly refused, but XX threatened them, saying nothing would change if someone else ended up dead, and he gave up in his objections. But XX's plan collapsed in the span of one night. XXX, who had refused to dissect the corpse up until the last moment, had broken down in tears at the hospital, where he was being treated for an injury sustained during the scuffle, and confessed. The criminals were arrested one after the other, but the de facto leader XX's whereabouts are still unknown. Also, the right arm hidden by XX has yet to be found. Despite an ongoing search, this horrible individual has so far managed to elude law enforcement. What could the police be doing? It appears that XX had said he was going to throw the body, right arm, into the marsh. XX's car was discovered abandoned near the marsh, but there were no clues to his whereabouts. XX didn't trust his companions. One cannot deny the possibility that he had expected his companions to confess to the police and used his car as a decoy. Of course, I doubt that theory. Since he has no car, one would expect him to have a limited area to which he could have escaped to. But within the station, there were rumors going around that he had accidentally slipped and drowned in the marsh when he went to throw away the body. And his spirit is now in Colonel Randy. To the locals, that marsh is believed to be bottomless. It's known as Onikakushi, the Ogre's Abyss, and it's said the bottom of the marsh is connected to the hellish world of demons. The atrocious demon from hell that was XX. So I'm telling you, man, his spirit went into Colonel Randy. We're gonna bring him back. He's gonna be with Rena and corrupt her mind. That's my theory. That's my theory. The atrocious demon from hell that was XX. Could it be that he had returned to hell through the marsh? Ooh! Ooh! Damn! With these loud noises, even when it's all happy now. Oh, this game. The Zijin Dragon, bringer of luck and fortune. Prosperous future. Ladies leaping into your arms. Business success. Promotions. Ambition. Protection from harm. Not just with pachinko and horse races, but business and even love. Guaranteed or your money back. Zijin Dragon Bracelet DX, one piece. 27,800 yen. Okay, so now like usually that music is all happy and stuff, but now I'm like, I can't trust it. Oh my gosh, I'm so on edge right now. Can we just go like back to the school? I feel like whenever I'm at school, things are like relatively low-key and lighthearted. Oh my gosh, okay. What is gonna happen next? Okay, we're back to happy music. Happy, happy, happy. The function of the school as an educational facility is very questionable. Our PE class is exceptionally disorganized. The only things we do together are the warm-ups at the start. The teacher isn't even there after that. All we do is play together.
仕方ないじゃん。年齢も性別もバラバラだし。一応ね、体育の時間は 校庭で体を動かすのだけが決まりなの。
All the little kids were gallivanting about. Well, they certainly are being active. They might be getting plenty of exercise, but
きっと教育委員会はこの学校を見落としてるんだろうな。
お待たせしましたです。さてご一同様、今日の体育は何をいたしましょう。
おっしゃ、これでいつものメンバー全員集合だな。
さて委員長、今日は一体どんな体育をやるのかな。やるのかな。
Mion harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily, surveying the area.
瞬発力と持久力、スポーツの世界においては仲間などいない。全てがライバル。信じられるのは己の肉体のみ。
なんだそりゃ、漫画の読みすぎだろ。
I quipped without missing a beat.
ってわけで温故知新。古いながらも全ての要素を詰め込んだ屋外乱戦の王様、鬼ごっこで行こう。
It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much.
望むところですわ。ノルマナケイチさんは家の一番に鬼ですの。僕だって負けませんです。レナも頑張るもの。今日は負けないぞ。
なんでお前らそんなにやる気満々なんだよ。
快速第3条。ゲームは絶対に楽しく参加しなければならない。
I was gonna say, really, Kichi? Like, after the card game, you don't realize that they basically just take this very seriously.
じゃあこれ部活なのかよ。
Everything they do is intense. Everyone smirked at each other. Why can't the game just be like this, where they do like all these little games and activities, but it's really intense, and that's just the game? There's no horror or jump scares or anything like that. I would be quite content with just that. I'm a man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. Regardless, Mion and Sadako looked like they were aiming for victory, and Rena was looking at me as if pitying my disadvantage.
上等だぜ。お肉乗ってやらー。
My yell echoed across the school grounds. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged before the bell was a winner. But we didn't switch who was it. The ones who were tagged by it also became it. So the number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The endgame would become a hellish siege.
ここいらではこの遊びのことゾンビ鬼って呼んでる。
Oh yeah, I played this when I was a kid.
なるほど。食われたやつがゾンビ化するからな。
なんでそんな怖いこと言うんだろう。
レナを捕まえたら生きたままお腹を食い破ってやるからな。
やだよケイチ君、そんなのや。
Rika-chan placed her head on Rena's head as she panicked.
大丈夫です。ケイチに食われる
Oh, lovely.
僕が優しく食べてあげますです。
Things like that just sound so much more creepy when a little child says it.
リカ、それは全然慰めになってます。
Exactly. Both Mion and I nodded deeply.
最初の鬼、ゾンビはどうやって決める？じゃんけんか？
一応授業時間だからね。問題で決めよう。問題を出すから答えられなかったやつがゾンビ。
I have no idea which grade level they're coming from.
6は英語で。
Huh? I was bewildered by the sudden question. Mion repeated it.
だから答えるの。6は英語で。
Okay, do I actually get to answer? I guess not. That's the thing, like, I understand this is a visual novel, but it would be nice if they did have, like, some actual gameplay elements where I could make some choices or do something, you know?
なら靴下は。
ソックスだ。
Well, I'm kind of glad they're answering because I have no clue.
アルファベットの後ろから3つ目。
X ですよ。
では性別は英語で。
もちろんわかりますわ。それは
Sadako cut herself off before finishing the answer. I see. It's quite a lewd question.
さとこは大人だもんね。知らないわけはないよね。
And then we've got Mion over here just corrupting the youngins. I don't know. Can you tell me?
じゃあ言ってごらんよ。あれだよ、あれ。あれは英語で。
さとこちゃん困ってる。かいい。
持ち帰るなよ。犯罪だからな。
If I didn't nip it in the bud, she really might have tried to take her home. Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Sadako stammer.
さあさあさあ言ってごらんよ、大声で。あれは英語で何という？
知ってるもん。知ってるもん。知ってるもん。だからザットですよ。ザット。
All of us were a bit surprised by Rika-chan's unexpected answer. I see. Well, it certainly is what that means. That could have been awkward. I wonder what I would have done in Sadako's position. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out "you know what" at the top of my lungs. I don't know what you know what is. I don't know. I wouldn't want you as an enemy, Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born a girl. If you were a boy, you'd probably be a perverted asshole. Hey, girls can be perverted assholes too, okay?
仕方ありませんわね。不詳、この北条聡子がゾンビ役を務めさせてもらいますわ。みんな食い殺してやりますですな。
Seems like she's raring to go.
100数えればいいんですの
100数えるのはズルするやつがいるからな。俺の問題が解けたら追ってよし。
圭一くん、簡単なのにしてあげてね。
5分の1のケーキと6分の1のケーキと7分の1のケーキを一皿に乗せました。
I'd be the same way, like, oh man, math question. Sadako grabbed a stick in a panic and began drawing a cake in fractions on the ground.
ケーキ1個を60秒で食べられるサトコがそれを全部食べるとお皿にはケーキがいくつ残っているでしょう。
Just as I finished giving her the word problem, Mion shouted.
よーい、
I just like when they're playing games. This is quite fun for me. On Mion's signal, everyone but Sadako scattered.
圭一くん、それ問題じゃないよね。
Sadako had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all, so of course there's nothing left on the plate. Everyone dashed off in a direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, it would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. The fact I didn't realize it at the start of the game probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw Sadako just rising up to start. She was really, really mad. Mwahaha! She got tripped up on such a dumb question. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had clear sight lines in two directions and would probably have a good response time if any zombies started closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I was trained to think during club activities yesterday. Now think calmly, Keiichi Maibara. If I was it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory. Then going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack. Meaning me.
さて、圭一さんはどこでございましょう。逃がしませんことよ。
But of course, what would be the best method to track me down? Footprints or smell, or maybe some type of trail. If I could craftily hide my tracks, then there would be no trail for Sadako to follow. But I was no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this?
見た岡村。圭一さん お見かけなかったでございませんこと？
What the heck? Do zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun pointed to the location where I was hiding. After confirming she was heading in this direction, I abandoned my position. It wasn't easy to hide myself with all those little kids running around as they pleased. It was becoming even more obvious I was at a disadvantage from not being familiar with these surroundings. If that's how it was gonna be, then to confront this intelligence-gathering zombie, I'd just counter it in a similar vein. I approached some girls playing with a ball.
すまんが伝言を頼まれてくれ。北条聡子にご両親が校門に来てるぞってな。
伝言いいよいいよ。
I stopped the girls as they turned to run off.
待て、まだ行くな。あと園崎美音にもだ。先生が校門のところで呼んでるぞって。
Oh, clever. I am quite the schemer if I do say so myself, but they're gonna have some sort of backup plan. If things went well, then Sadako and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It would put me at a disadvantage if more people were it, but this was Mion we were talking about. She'd figure out a way to escape. But that was just fine, as long as it bought me more time. Dance for me, Mion and Sadako. In the palm of my hand, having my fill of playing the con man, I looked for a place to hide. If you think about it logically, I'd only bought myself a scant amount of time, and it might even come back to bite me. Once it became apparent I'd started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messages. Sadako would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there would be more zombies than participants in the game. That seems illegal, there should be some ground rules for that, but these girls played dirty. The virus that was brought about by my mischief could cause an epidemic. All my classmates would transform into zombies and would only be searching for me. This tactic might backfire horribly. While trembling at the thought of the impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing up to the roof, I held my breath. It wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did I have a good line of sight, but if necessary, I could jump off in 3 different directions to escape. It was getting rowdy down there. The lower grades were running around below the shed.
いないね、前原さん。そっちいた？いない。圭一さんどこだろう？お父さんが校門に来てる。
Ah, man, they acted quickly. That was definitely a lie. The word gate, the same one I'd used, gave a hint of revenge. So Mion was behind this. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they'd have to search until the school bell. So I wonder if Mion got the message, immediately knew what was happening, and turned it around, or if she started planning this even before Keiichi did.
ねえねえ、圭一さん知らない？お母さんが急病で大変なんだって。前原さんに伝言だよ。家が火事だから。
Oh my gosh.
来いって。前原さん家にジャンボ機が墜落したらしいよ。
Alright guys, maybe be a little bit more subtle about it though.
事情聴取に来てるって言ってた。
Anything goes now.
趣味は抱き枕のコレクションなんだって。
How?
夜な夜なベッドで抱きながら寝てるって本当なの？
Okay, that is not even pertinent to the game. They're just spreading rumors now. Who are they talking about?
ふにふにの柔らかい感触がたまんないって。
No way I would do that.
委員長の写真貼り付けたのもあるらしいよ。
Oh, they just wanted a reaction out of him. Clever. This was your doing, Mion. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. My underclassmen thought about it logically. They would know it's all nonsense. But small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all those things were true, so they all chuckled together while looking for me. Wahaha! I win, Mion. It's my victory. Wahaha! Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated by my own victory. Dude, remember what happened last time? You got overconfident and then you lost.
聞いた？転校生の前原さんって二次元萌えの人なんだって。
The cost of beating Mion had too high a price. Oh, someone passed below. That's Rena and Rika-chan.
リカちゃんはまだ無事かな。なんとか頑張ってますです。みーちゃんも鬼になっちゃったみたいなの。
Mion? It couldn't be. She'd become it because of my little strategy? They're probably passing off fake information too. This confirms that Mion was behind this relentless message war. Then this wasn't good.
兄ちゃんはなんとか巻いたけど、さとこちゃんは。さとこは土管のところを探してますから、ここはしばらくは安全ですよ。
Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Rena was slumped on the ground breathing heavily, Rika-chan had started creeping up to her. Rika-chan doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. It couldn't be.
リカちゃん？何かな？何かな？大丈夫ですよ。
I had never seen Rika-chan smile so creepily before.
なんで近寄ってくるのかな？来るのかな？リカちゃんはゾンビじゃないもんね。怖くないです。僕が優しく。
So creepy.
嘘だよね。
There should also be a rule that you should have to announce yourself immediately when you see someone that you're a zombie, or else you could just get close to someone. It would be a lot easier.
リカちゃんがそんな。
Rena was pressed against the wall and Rika-chan lurched forward with both arms out, just like a zombie. Rena quaked with her back pushed up against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror. Like one of those zombie breakout videos you'd see. At that moment, Rena's eyes met mine. Ah, you narc! Zombie Rika-chan turned 180 degrees, exorcist style, and glared at me.
いた！Aちゃん見っけ！
Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. My position was only advantageous when there was one zombie. Being surrounded was not as good.
ケイイチさんを見つけたですって？
I could tell Sadako was rushing my way. It seemed Rika-chan had let Rena escape, and now she was baring her fangs in my direction.
降りてこい、ケイちゃん。
The three zombies circled the shed, moaning curses.
お前ら怖い、怖すぎる。
ケイイチさんの腹渡はどんな味がするの？
More foreshadowing, perhaps, when he says that they're scary and demons? Maybe he ain't seen nothing yet.
ケイイチさん。ケイイチも僕たちの仲間になってほしいです。
誰か助けてくれ。
I saw Rena apologizing to me from across the schoolyard. An apology. Sorry. Leaving me for dead? Rena! I leapt off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Sadako and Rika jumped on top of me. After straddling me, they tickled me all over my body.
やべやべ。
ってことは、あとはレナか。チャイムまであと何分もないね。
She knew that they wanted me before her, so just left me to die.
俺を見殺しに。
The feelings of a zombie. I understand how a vengeful ghost with lingering regrets felt.
かわいそかわいそです。でもこれでケイイチも仲間ですよ。
It felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire. I was now one of their thralls. It was a strange feeling being welcomed over to the side that had pursued me.
ゾンビ鬼、なかなか奥深し。
気取ってる場合じゃありませんわ。レナを捕まえるのですの。
校長が廊下を歩いてる。もうすぐチャイムが鳴るよ。
To devour Rena, I, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary. Except I wasn't just a zombie. I was a master of the night, a vampire. Using the same trick that had tightened the noose around my own neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered up the lower grades from around the school grounds.
みんな聞いてくれ。レナが大変なんだ。今すぐレナを探し出してくれ。
前原さん家にジャンボ機が落っこちたことより大変なの？
Oh yeah, it had turned into that, hadn't it? Mion whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame.
ああ、ジャンボ機なんか目じゃないぞ。レナン地に墜落したのはなんと小惑星だ。
小惑星ですって？
ああ、宇宙人が作った装置でロシュの限界を解除し、まさか俺もそこまでやるとは思わなかった。しかも続いて今度は100個も。地球軍の完全な誤算だ。
The lower grades were dumbfounded, their eyes like saucers at the grand turn of events.
地球軍って私たち宇宙人と戦争でもしてるんですか？
このままでは地球は壊滅だ。しかしレナの放つ音速のマッハレナパンチなら小惑星を全て迎撃することができる。そう地球軍のトップエース、それがリュウグウレナなのだ。
The lower grade students all gulped. It seemed I'd made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Rena.
さあチレ、同志諸君、レナを探し出すのだ。
My comrades in the lower grades let out an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around the school grounds. It's just like the last one where even if I lose, they're still impressed by like how into it I am and like my tactics. There was still one person who hadn't gone.
でもたとえレナさんでも月を押し戻すことなんてできるんでしょうか？
心配無用だ。つい先日もレナは地球に激突するはずの水星爆弾を一つ弾き飛ばしている。小惑星の100個や200個くらい音速を超える高速のパンチで一撃だ。
リュウグウさんってすごいんだ。
Satisfied with that, she also rushed off to look for Rena. It does seem like there are some promising up-and-comers amongst the youngsters.
ケイちゃんの才能をおじさんは改めて知ったよ。
It didn't really feel like she was complimenting me, but whatever.
しかしケイチさんもやるでございますわね。これは頼もしいですわ。
でもこの人数なら勝てる。これだけいれば勝てるよ。
ケイチはゾンビに立候補した方が良かったと思いましたです。
Rika-chan's words stung a bit, but I'd let it slide for now. Not even Rena would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Rena was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed.
怖いよみんな。ケイチ君まで怖いよ。
It probably was scary being chased around by the entire student body. All the lower grades closed in on Rena, saying she was the only one who could save the world.
みんなが何を言ってるのかわかんないよ。レナはパンチで小惑星なんか破壊できないよ。
レナ、さっきはよくも見捨てたな。覚悟はできてるだろうな。
さっきはごめんねケイチ君。だって仕方なかったんだもん。おとなしく食い尽くされるでございますの。みんなで仲良しですよ。
さあレナ、念仏でも唱えな。
Rena had stumbled onto a mat, trembling with tears in her eyes. I closed in. Associating the situation with a similar, particularly immoral one made my pulse quicken just a little bit. Hey now. Sadako and Rika-chan were both wiggling their fingers. They probably wanted to tickle Rena. Rena, wanting no part of what she knew was about to happen, went stiff with fear.
ケイチ君はみんなみたいなひどいことしないよね。しないよね。
Oh, don't try to appeal to my humanity, girl.
どうかな。 覚悟は決まったかな。
いいよ。
Oh, this feels wrong. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat.
ケイチ君はひどいことしないってレナ信じてるし。
Maybe she's just trying to embarrass me, so I won't do it. Her body won't move. That had to be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside me died instantly. Ah, she did it. She called it. I play her, she played me back. That's fair game. There was the bell. Game over.
やったやった生き残ったよ。わーいわーい。
Rena pranced around merrily as if a curse had been broken.
あとわずかのところで日光が差し、悪のゾンビ軍団は廃人と帰したか。ヒロインが生き残るのは映画のお約束だもんな。
何を気取ってるのですの？ケイチさんがもたもたしてるから。お仕置きしますです。
Oh, really? I was subdued by Sadako and Rika-chan and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles.
許して。
じゃあ生き残ったでしょうは竜宮レナと園崎美音。イエーイ。
Oh, she was never as... Aha! Once again, it seems like the rules have not been very well implemented in this.
ふりしてただけ。敵を騙すには味方からって言うじゃん。
Because everyone could just do that.
ミオンてめ
はいはい急いで着替えないとね。次の授業に遅れんなよ。
離せサドコリカちゃん。いや
Having had my fill of being terrified to my very core by club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. Well, that was cute after the disturbing first bit of it. It was nice to kind of get back into the games again. Once again, not sure how long these are going to keep up for before it goes full-on horror. So I guess we'll be going back to the dam now, right? To get Colonel Randy? Or not? Huh. Oh, there we go. After arriving home, I quickly made preparations to head out once again. I had agreed to meet with Rena to dig Colonel Randy out of that mountain of treasure from before.
母さん、うちに軍手ってあるかな。あとタオル。
表の物置の中になかった？タオルは洗面所ね。
Alright, now I was all ready. Looking at me, my mom stared quizzically.
何ケイチ？すごいいでたちでどこへお出かけ？
If they come to dump again illegally, he'll be buried completely, and it will be impossible to dig him out. And if that happens, Rena will undoubtedly go after the Colonel Randy in front of the fried chicken place in town.
ちょっと発掘に。クラスメートを犯罪者にしないために。
はあ？あまり遅く
I like how she's like, I'm not gonna ask any questions. Mom returned to the kitchen with a puzzled expression still on her face. Cutting through the woods as a shortcut to the dam site, I ran into someone. Is it gonna be that guy? Yep. It was Tomatake-san. Probably taking pictures of wild birds again with that precious camera of his. It couldn't be that all he took pictures of was handsome young men in the twilight?
久しぶり。ケイチ君だったよね。
どうもその説は。
I expelled the rude imagery from my head and greeted him without inciting anything.
そういえば、彼女は君の知り合いだよね。
He was probably talking about Rena. Guessing by the way Tomatake-san was shaken up.
あれは一体何だったんだい？彼女が不気味のナタを持って歩いてるんだよ。 それもニヤニヤと。
Oh no. That's maybe I'll take a rain check on meeting up with her. That was Rena, without a doubt. I expect that she was grinning in anticipation of taking Colonel Randy home, or butchering me to death.
身に危険を察して隠れたけど、警察に電話した方がいいんじゃないかな。
Well, it certainly would be quite the spectacle for a girl of her age to be roaming around with a hatchet. Tomitake-san's reaction was the epitome of logical.
いいんですいいんです。ほっといてください。また犠牲者を探して徘徊している。
Oh, nice. Tomitake-san was alarmed by my crass response. Well, it's probably hard for normal people to understand Rena. I'll just toss out a bunch of baloney.
富武さんがここで殺されたら、多分犯人はあいつです。
I thought you said you were going to try and keep her from being a criminal, and then you're telling people that she's going to be killing people.
せいぜい嗅ぎ回らないようにすることですね。
With a condescending smirk, I started off toward the direction of the dam site where Rena was waiting. Before I got too far, Tomitake-san abruptly called out to me.
ケイチ君、それよそ者の僕への警告のつもりかい？
I didn't mean that seriously. I did try to make it obvious, but...
せいぜい気をつけることにするよ。
Leaving only those words behind, Tomitake-san turned around and left. I didn't really mean to call him an outsider. I wasn't really implying anything when I said that. It was only meant to be a joke, but it felt like I'd said something bad. I don't know why she would be dressing up in her nice white clothing to go garbage hunting, but okay.
待ってたよ。今日も頑張ろう。
I understood what Tomitake-san was trying to say. Someone gallivanting about while waving a hatchet around certainly would seem dangerous.
ナタは鞘とかをかぶせて持ってこい。むきみはさすがにまずいだろ。
なくしちゃったみたいで、ないんだもん。
What? Oh no. Thinking about it, there really was no need to try to keep up appearances. Everyone in Hinamizawa probably already knew about Rena's eccentricities. She's probably the only person who could carry a hatchet around Hinamizawa and not be considered suspicious. That in itself is not a good thing, because if anyone is to be bludgeoned with a hatchet, she wouldn't be, you know, nobody would think it would be her, it would be the perfect crime.
まあいっか。今日で決めるぜ。最後の針をぶっ壊せば引きずり出せるはずさ。準備万端。任せとけ。
I took the hatchet from Rena and made my way up to the unstable slope.
待っててね、ランディ君。今、ケイチ君が助け出してくれるからね。
よっしゃ下がってな。一気に蹴りをつけてやるぜ。
A solid thwack rang throughout Hinamizawa as if the job was being done by a lumberjack.
どう？うまくいきそう？無理そうだったら無理しなくていいよ。
ここさえ折れればあとはなんとかなる。今日は気力も充実。いける。
But this adversary was more formidable than I expected. First of all, I'd never used a hatchet before. During a school camping trip, I had wanted to split the wood, but I lost at rock, paper, scissors, and wasn't able to do it. Watch, he gives up, Rena takes it and just effortlessly and she's like, I've had practice. Because the spot where I was standing was so unstable, I soon became tired and decided to take a break. Rena had already spread out a tarp and laid down some tea and sweets.
大丈夫。もう一息。今夜レナが寝るときにはランディ君にお休みのキスができるようになってるさ。
ありがとう、ランディ君。
Oh God.
お休みのキス。
I hope you wash him first at least.
そういえばレナも転校生だったんだろ。
Yeah, we still need to get into this.
前はどこに住んでたんだよ。
I asked her nonchalantly while drinking tea. I thought she'd lived here all her life.
お、関東の方だよ。ここほどじゃないけど、 やっぱり田舎だったかな。
Okay, I was just like, I see Kanto, it just makes me think of Pokemon.
なんで引っ越してきたんだよ。
I admit, I guess I was a little naive. I didn't think Kanto was a real place. I thought it was just made up for Pokemon.
ひなみ沢に。ほら、ここって結構田舎だろ。
圭一君はなんで引っ越してきたの？お父さんの仕事と関係あるの？
She kind of sidestepped the question
う
there.
ちの親父がアトリエを移したいって言い出したんだよ。こういう山奥がいいって前々から言っててさ。
アトリエ？圭一君のお父さんって芸術家さんなの？
風景画ばっかり描いてる。年に2回くらいはどっかで個展を開いてるらしい。
When he started, his works were displayed in an industry plaza in Tokyo, but now they're exhibited in the Makuhari Messe. He's determined to have them displayed in the Waterfront International Exhibition Hall.
それってすごいね。今度レナにも見せてね。
I was too embarrassed to tell her I didn't really know what kind of pictures my father painted. Well, eventually I would. I picked myself up while giving some vague answers.
でも楽器途中の転校だったんでしょ？大変じゃなかった？
別に都会ってのには飽きてたし。
I was trying to get answers from Rena, but I ended up being the one giving out all the answers. With a bit of a wry smile on my face, I grabbed the handle of the hatchet and headed back to the worksite. So yeah, she does not want to tell me her past. The air grew colder as the sun slowly set. The Higurashi began their song as if to tell me to stop and head home for the day. Just a bit more. Today, I would end it. When I first started, I chatted with Ren as I worked, but now I didn't have that luxury. I had swung the hatchet countless times today, just like this. Contact. Shards of wood splintered. The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. I recalled that passage from the tabloid. Oh man, it was all nice. Don't be bringing this up again. One hit with something like this would smash someone's head in. Axes and pickaxes are not meant to be swung at people, ever. With one last swing, the beam cracked apart. The weight I put behind the hatchet not only split through the beam, but smashed the statue so that will be her breaking point. She's like, "You hurt Colonel Randy." The arm came off with a sickening sound. It clattered down noisily, stopping at my feet.
どうしたの？大丈夫？怪我したの？
ごめん。人形の腕壊しちゃったよ。
なんだ、圭一君が怪我をしたんじゃないかって思っちゃった。
She's hiding her seething rage right now behind a smile. I probably had a really guilty look on my face. Rena said that without a hint of dismay as she smiled.
ガムテープとかでくっつけて、その上に上着を着せるもの。絶対わからないよ。
そっか。じゃあ引っ張り出そうぜ。そっち持ってくれるか。
They still hadn't found one of the arms. I laughed dryly at how pathetic I was for considering the arm flopping down and rolling to my feet to be such a bad omen. Oh, that might not be such a crazy thought. Both Rena and Mio knew how sickening that incident was, so they pretended that they didn't know. I looked it up all by myself, and shamefully enough, I was scared.
情けないぜ、前原圭一。よっしゃ、レナ。一気に行くぞ。
Or maybe it's like maybe their family, maybe people that they knew were part of it, and they knew about it, and that's why they're keeping quiet.
せーの。
Okay, let me see him. I want to see Colonel Randy. The right time to give 3 cheers. That moment of 2 days of work bearing fruit. He who was brought to Hinamizawa covered in filth to meet his end. Instead, we were able to welcome him back. You're pretty lucky, Colonel Randy. Your new master is a pretty decent person. Is she? Is she really?
わあ、ランディ君だ。やっぱかいいよ。
It didn't matter that he was dirty. Rena nuzzled him cheerfully with her cheek. I was dead tired, but seeing Rena's happy face made it all worth it.
じゃあ手伝うから持っていこうぜ。暗くなるとまずいだろう。
そうだね。圭一君、本当にありがとうね。この恩は忘れないね。
恩返しは何がいいかよく考えておくよ。
恩返しだろう。恩返しだろう。
For now, I just hold back my evil cackle. We were ready to take it to her house, but we couldn't go like this. We rolled the statue up in the tarp and lifted him. Oh my god, it's like us bringing the body, right? Yep, exactly. And so Jack and Jill went down the hill carrying a human-sized bag and an unsheathed hatchet. I prayed we wouldn't run into Tomatake-san. If he saw us here and took a picture, we need to get rid of him. LOL. Is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? Something struck me as odd about the words Tomatake-san, unable to grasp my sense of humor, had left behind. Alright, so only one new tip, and nothing too crazy. I don't understand that. What kind of name is Rena? That name sounds perfectly fine to me.
レナがいないです。ケイチは知りませんですか？
あれ、たった今までそこにいたのにな。おいミオ、レナはどこ行ったんだ？
レナ？お手洗いじゃない？覗きたいなら止めないけど。
Oh,
通報するからね。
lovely. I hadn't heard anything about that.
サトコ、レナを知りませんですか？レナさんですの？さっき廊下ですれ違いましたよ。レナさんは日直だから花壇にお水をやらないといけませんので。
ああ、レナが日直か。そりゃお疲れ様なことで。
Rena, Rena, Rena. Upon hearing it repeated, a thought came to mind. It's rude to say this about someone's name, but it was a weird name. Maybe it's like, maybe in Japan that's a weird name, and we just like, outside Japan, we're just like, oh, it's just a name. But I mean, if you think about certain English names, some might seem weirder than others, but not seem that way to someone on the outside. It was like some foreigner's name.
レナってどういう名前なんだろうな。レナって漢字だとどうなるんだ？
レナはあだ名なのです。ちゃんとした名前がありますですよ。
え、そうなのか？俺はてっきり竜宮レナってのが本名だと思ってたよ。
まあ確かにレナさんとしか呼んでませんから間違えるのも無理はないですわね。
She even signs her name as Rena. It's like it's her real name in school.
本当の名前はなんて言うんだろうな。レナが戻ってきたら聞いてみるから。
Do they not know her real name? Like, they know it's a nickname, but they don't know what her real name is? Satsuko and Rika-chan looked at each other.
聞かなくてもいいですよ。
Yeah, exactly.
教えてあげますです。お礼の礼に奈良の名、竜宮レナが本名ですのよ。
Oh, so it's just got an I in there. So,
レイナか。
Reina? So it's Reina instead of Rena?
それでレイナじゃなくてレナって読むのか。面白い読み方だよな。
いいえ、違いますです。レイナで正しいのです。
Reina. I'm probably mispronouncing that too.
言ったのですわ。レナと呼んでほしいって。だからレナさんなのですわ。
ケイちゃん、レナはレナだよ。レーナって呼ぶのは他人だけ。そこんとこ分かってるよね。
I understood what Mion was saying. It didn't matter what her real name was, only what names we used between us. Rena Ryugu is Rena. She's nobody other than that.
思ったんだけどさ、自己申請すれば俺も今日からあだ名で呼ばれるのか？
面白けりゃね。なんて呼ばれたいわけ？
No, no, no. You don't give yourself a nickname. That's not how it works.
越後や。
Rena then came back into the classroom. One of the juniors near the door told Rena people were looking for her.
あれあれ、誰かレナのことを探してたかな？かな？
Seeing that, both Mion and I sneered.
お代官様、竜宮めがまんまと現れましたぞ。
いちごや主も悪よな
Mion's laughs are like the weirdest things ever.
何かなケイチコとみーちゃんが悪代官だよいちご屋だよ
己竜宮レナノスケ、ここであったが100年目でおじゃる。いざ覚悟。
スケさんカクさんこらしめてやりなさいあやいさですわ報酬はスイス銀行に入れてほしいのです
Since it's come to this, we have no choice. We'll just have a grand battle with 5 people. Rena's fierce punches exploded just as soon as she showed her seal. The evil that was Mion and myself were vanquished in the end.
レナにはぜひ世直しの旅に出てもらいたいもんだ。永田町なんかどうだ？
ダメだよ旅先で買い物ちょろまかすから
The toll of the bell signaled that break time was over.
ほらほらケイチコもみーちゃんも先生来るよ
I took Rena's hand and stood up. It was just as the teacher had entered the classroom. Just one more hour. Man, oh man. Gotta buckle down for one more. Alright guys, so I will wrap it up here. A little bit more hints of something sinister gonna be going down. But still nothing really yet, which is just like, oh my gosh, I'm just on edge. I'm like, when is it gonna start happening? Maybe in the next episode? I don't know. So I have to stay tuned and see what happens for the next one. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next episode. Bye!